welcome to Crafty Little Things. I'm Andrea and it's Saturday today, so it's card sketch day. There should be a new scrapbooking sketch challenge out on Joy Sets as well for October, and I know there's definitely a card making challenge for October on Joy Sets that I haven't done yet, which is going to be my next project. But normally I do the Positively Papercraft and the Stamp with Joy weekly sketch challenges on a Saturday, and there isn't one from Positively Papercraft yet. Well, it's Friday today, obviously I'm doing it ready for tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Stamp with Joy challenge and share that today, and hopefully do the Joy Sets October challenge and share that today. And then what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do Positively Papercraft until next week, because actually the Positively Papercraft sketch comes out on a Friday, and because I share on a Saturday it gives me a pretty short window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do whichever one comes out on today, I'm going to do for next week rather than for tomorrow, and then I'm sort of caught up a bit better with my timing. So today, and it just so happens that this week Gaynor, lovely Gaynor from Stamp with Joy on Facebook, she set a challenge which was to do the sketch but to make a male and a female version of the same card, of the same sketch. So I'm going to make two anyway, and this is the sketch, okay? So what I've decided to do is make more or less the exact same card, but show how it can be masculinized, if you like, or feminized. So what I'm starting off with is I'm starting off with a 6x4 white base, and then I'm layering up cherry cobbler. This lovely plaid, now this doesn't have to be a Christmas card, and this is a Christmas paper from the Farmhouse, I want to say Farmhouse Kitchen every time I say it, and it's not Farmhouse Kitchen because that was a programme that was on telly when I was a kid. She used to make great cakes. It's the Festive Farmhouse DSP stack. And then I'm using the cherry cobbler. I'm using a little bit of organza with a satin trim, sort of very vanilla cream ribbon, and then I'm just using paper. So I'm using very vanilla. I'm using pieces of cherry cobbler cardstock. I'm using the Pretty Label punch, and I'm just layering up really. I'm using green. I think this is garden green. I think the shade on here is a darker green. It might be the spruce shade, but the garden green's fine. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just layer up like so. So I've got a layer of cherry cobbler, then a layer of this gorgeous plaid, then I've just got a 4" by 1" strip of cherry cobbler, and I'm going to add to that this gorgeous ribbon to give it a little bit of a feminine touch. And then on top of that I'm going to put my 3x3 green square. And I mean, you can get away with this because there's the chevron-y type pattern looks lighter and it actually does match. And then I'm going to put another square on top. Now this square is not a square actually, this is 2.5 by 2.25, because then I've got this little strip here, and this is just a strip of cherry cobbler that I've done with an edging die. Is it going to focus? The stitched sort of scalloped edging die, which I thought was a bit too girly for the masculine card. And then I'm going to make myself a backing using cherry cobbler. I've punched out 2 Pretty Labels using the Pretty Label punch, and I'm going to make a little backing to go behind Very Vanilla, which I've stamped with Thank You, which came from the Love What You Do set. I've stamped it in cherry cobbler, and that's going to go on there, and that's going to be my card. Now for the masculine version, what I've done is I've took this piece which came out of that, and I thought that's a little bit more ticker tapey, it's more sort of masculine looking. But again, I've got the exact same base, I've got the same cherry cobbler, the same plaid. The only thing I've done here is instead of using ribbon, I'm just using a strip of the green. So I've just got a 1/2 inch by 4 inch strip of the green cardstock, and then I'm layering it up exactly the same, except I'm using a bit of a thicker piece of that sort of jagged toothed edge on this one, and I'm going with the more linear punched labels. So I'm using the, I forgot what this is called now, I forgot what it's called, is it Elegant? No, whatever it's called anyway. I'm using that punch. It doesn't say what it's called, does it? And I don't have it written on it. And then I've just done exactly the same cherry cobbler printed onto Very Vanilla for the sentiment. So I'm just going to make those up. I'm going to speed you up as make them up, because there's no need for you to be waiting around watching me. So enjoy while I just make these. And so there we have it. We have our two different cards. One is a bit more suitable for a man and the other one a bit more suitable for a woman, although I would say that they're both suitable for either myself. I do think this would, if I had to choose, I think I would say, yeah, that's probably more suitable for a man than this one. What I could have done is added a doily or something to make that a little bit more feminine. Let me just have a look. But anyway, there are my cards for Stamp with Joy sketch challenge for this week. And yeah, I really like those. They're nice. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.